All right. Hi, welcome everybody. And today's Proc Gossip is about SAS Global Forum 2021. And my special guest today is Dina Duhon. Dina, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here.
And I'm excited, and on behalf of users, SAS users around the globe, we're excited to have you join us to tell us about not just SAS Global Forum 2021, but maybe a little bit about SAS Global Forum 2020, but more importantly about you, your experience as a SAS user, and your experience as the chair of something like SAS Global Forum 2021. So why don't we start there? When did you decide as a SAS user, this is something that I want to do, and this is something that I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and try this chair process and be involved in a conference in such a way. When did that come up? How did that happen for you?
Well, it all started at the local level, and I've been involved with Toronto Data Mining Group, which is today called Toronto Data Science Group. And that is a great opportunity for everybody to get started. Start getting involved in your own local or in-house user groups and go from there.
Wow. Okay. So then how long have you been using SAS or involved in like analytics and basically our industry of the technology, right? When did you first start experiencing or going through that kind of tech engagement process?
Well, I will be dating myself. I've been involved with analytics over 25 years and, been using SAS for a long time. Now, actually, I manage teams that use SAS as well as other analytical tools.
So Dina, tell me, there is no preparation for anybody to become a SAS Global Forum chair. I think it's a very tricky prospect. So, what was your experience like? I mean, what happened that told you you're ready to be responsible or lead such a big team and such a big process?
Well, one of the things I wanted to do is to expand my personal you know my personal experiences and step outside of the box. So I've been involved in analytics a lot, and now I wanted to do something different. So this is a different type of activity. It's a lot of project management. It's leading a different type of team. And so I thought, why not? Why that would be interesting. But of course, before that, I spent a lot of time volunteering, as I mentioned, at the local user groups. And then one day, I started to get involved with Global Forum. And that was the first time where I knew, I wanted to do this.
That's great. And if it's my understanding that if you really start getting involved in that kind of volunteer effort and you're noticed by people, SAS notices as well. And even if you don't have experience, SAS helps. I mean, that's one of the things that I want to reinforce to our listeners and our viewers is that you don't come in this as a volunteer with a lot of experience. It's something that you get. But one of the nice things about it is SAS Institute is helping us to help the users. Is that was your experience as well?
While SAS Global Forum has evolved quite a bit over the years. And SAS is really responsible for all of the operational aspects of the conference. And what we as users are responsible for are the content, making sure that we bring good speakers, amazing speakers, and great content to the conference. So we don't need to worry about the operational necessarily aspects of the conference. It's about the content.
I think that's a good distinction, right? Is that SAS is there helping in such a way that it helps the leadership like you really keep focused on the most important part, which is, like you said, the content, the things that draw in users like myself and users that are my peers and colleagues, our peers and colleagues. I think that's an important message to get across is that this conference isn't a big software corporation showcasing its software. It's a software company dedicating this amount of resources and time to user content. So why don't we transition there? Tell us about the content that you felt was important to bring to this Global Forum 2021.
Well, 2021 is a different year. We are 100% virtual. And what this means is that, You have to be very selective in the content that is going to be showcased. And that's why we asked for a lot of new things this year. Users had to submit a little video that showcased why their topic is important and why users should care. And volunteers like, you, me, others, we reviewed those submissions and identified the best to put forward towards the conference.
Yeah, and I think that that is one of the hard parts about your job that I don't envy is having to, be in charge of that type of selectivity when it's that important of a role. I don't envy that job, and I know that it must have had a lot of tough decisions on your part and your team's part to make. So, why would somebody want to present or speak, or do they need to be highly qualified in order to put together a SaaS presentation or a SaaS topic? I mean, doesn't somebody need to have like years and years of experience, or what am I missing?
Well, I think one of the things that people don't know about is that part of the process for SAS Global Forum is we have mentoring process, and we have mentoring available for people. Mentoring to set up your abstract, mentoring for writing the paper, and even mentoring on how to create a video. So anybody can try to do it. If you are interested, you don't need to wait until the final date. You have to participate, you have to ask yourself questions, you have to be curious. Do I want to do this? And if yes, we have all the tools and opportunities for you to try yourself out.
I think that's true. And I think that's also one of the key important distinctions about this conference is that it's users taking care and mentoring and helping other users, right? It's not that, if you're familiar with the speaker and presentation process, you don't need the mentorship. That's okay, but it's there as an option. So every user who wants to try to speak and present to these types of conferences, that's an option there for you. So you don't have to be afraid or concerned that you don't know or understand how to speak or present. There are people there that are going to help you. And I think that's very important, right? As this is a SaaS user conference and it's users for users. So I appreciate the distinction of that. So, but let's talk about another thing. I mean, clearly, somebody who is in your role as a conference leader isn't just picked overnight. You had a transition from 2020 into 2021, right? As one person hands off kind of to the next person, so you had a lot of planning. You've been involved in a lot of work with your team for quite some time. But how how crazy or how uncertain were things around this time last year with COVID? I mean, let's recognize the fact that Lisa had a tough conference and she did a lot of great work with her team to pull it off. She handed it off to your team. You must have had some kind of stressful set of months ahead of you or behind us now. I mean, number one, thank you for putting it all together. Thank you for your team to put it all together and SAS too. But tell us about that experience. I mean, how did you manage knowing all of the uncertainty ahead?
Well, being SAS conference chair, it's actually a 3-year commitment. And you come in and you watch and you learn from other conference chairs. It's not just me, it's about actually the whole team being there, present, and willing to be agile in this whole experience. The team, both volunteers, my volunteers from the um, content advisory and content delivery team, as well as SAS, worked really, really well to ensure that we are going to make 2021 the best conference ever. SAS is spending a lot of time and effort to make this conference the best experience for SAS users. So again, we work very closely together with the SAS team to put this together. So it's a joint venture between the SAS users and SAS to make this conference happen.
I agree. I've been to other conferences and had other experiences, and it's typically a software company committed to showcasing itself, which is okay. But it is very distinct and important that SaaS is committed to showcasing the users. right? And that is a different type of commitment that is unique globally. A lot of other companies will showcase other things and the users aren't the focus. This is our focus, and we're lucky to have that kind of support.
Absolutely. The conference, it takes a village to make this conference happen. The volunteers are one big part of the conference, and the SAS team is absolutely amazing behind the scenes to ensure that there is technology there to bring the conference to you, to make it interactive, to make it the best conference that you can attend right now in a virtual environment.
I agree. And I think that that is manifesting and showing itself with the conference lineup that we have and some of the features that you've brought to us, which include, if I'm not mistaken, you've improved the conference experience. It's not exactly virtual. You're adding in features that I'd like you to describe because it sounds very, very interesting. Tell me about what this year's virtual experience is going to be like.
Well, I'm very excited to tell you that we want to make sure that the users can interact, they can network, they can ask presenters questions. I know we all want to be at the conference physically, but unfortunately, we're not there yet. I think one of the main things that we are doing, we want your engagement. And we made sure that the sessions are set up in such a way that you as a user can actually communicate, you can network, you can ask questions, and you can participate. And so this is the biggest difference from what we had to pivot to in 2020, because this was, last minute.
Sure.
And this year, we spent a lot of time making sure that the users can be engaged. They're not just passive listeners, but they can participate. And so I encourage you as a user to not just register and attend the conference. I encourage you to participate. I encourage you to ask questions of the presenters, and they will respond to you either in a chat or as part of the Q&A after their sessions. We also have co-doctors where you can make appointments and you can talk to either co-doctors, or of course you can make appointments with SAS experts. We also have several sessions, SAS community spotlight sessions, which will allow for really, really interesting and interactive experience for you as users as well.
That all sounds really exciting, and it is quite a different experience waiting for us as users. So, Dina, we're right at the beginning of the last few days ahead of that are important for the conference. But what are the dates that are important? As people start to watch this media, they're going to start to put things in their calendar. What should people be looking out for that's coming up? Which dates?
So first of all, the registration is already open. So please go ahead and register now. The next important date are going to be May 4th. And that is when Agenda Builder is available. And what this means is that you can actually create your own schedule. You can take a look at all the sessions, all the engagement opportunities, and you can really come up with your own journey for the conference. Remember, you can actually make appointments with co-doctors this year or with SAS technical support or other experts. This is going to be a truly interactive conference, so make sure that you are ready to participate. And of course, our conference is going to be across 3 different regions in a time that is best for each region. So we're going to come to you 3 times. In Americas, it's May 18th, 19th, and 20th. For AP, it's May 19th and 20th. And of course, EMEA region is going to be May 26th and May 25th. So please make sure you join us from whatever region you are in on those dates.
Well, thank you. On behalf of users, not only just in the Americas, but globally, I want to thank you. We want to thank you, Dina, our conference chair for 2021, your volunteer team, and SAS Institute as well. Thank you on behalf of us. And we are all excited to participate in the conference and see what you've prepared for us. And we appreciate it. We're excited. Thanks so much.
I just want to say thank you, everybody. And this year, there is no reason why you cannot attend. The conference is available for you to attend. It is free this year, and you can do it from the comfort of your own home. So, no excuses. I'm looking forward to seeing you there.
Likewise, looking forward to seeing everybody there, making new friends, new connections, and of course, to learn more about SAS. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.